famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. Morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Doing good?
Yeah, doing good.
All right.
Glad to have the mayor Scriven in with us. He's not afraid to come in the Butch and Bob Show.
Never, brother.
How come you're not afraid? All these other politicians afraid to come in.
Because you just do right. And if you do wrong, I mean, you stand up and say, hey, man, I made a mistake. I mean, it ain't hard to say, hey, I made a mistake. That wasn't right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You're saying that if you do right, you're not scared to come on the show?
If I do wrong, I ain't scared.
And if you do wrong, you're not scared to come
I ain't scared.
You ain't scared at all, huh?
Anybody knows me knows I ain't scared.
Well, we appreciate you coming in. A lot going on. Let's start with this event we had on the news today. You're hosting an epilepsy training in Wayne County. How did this come about, and where's it going to take place, and who all was invited, and what's the purpose of it?
Okay, it come about this year when I was chosen into the Young Game Changers program, which is the top 30 young leaders in the state. And there's a host. What the idea behind it is there's a host city. They send us to this city, and we're to dissect what goes on in this city and give them ideas to make their city and their community better. And like our city is Valdosta, and our issue is how do we get information in a diverse situation? Because if you can just imagine, the first two places they took us was Valdosta High and Lowndes County High. And you start asking those kids, they don't get along. And you ask them why, and they say, well, I don't know. My grandparents said I'm not supposed to like Lowndes County. I mean, they have no idea why they don't. So we're trying to mend that situation there, which probably won't happen because of it's just history. But you got to try. I mean, somebody's got to start somewhere. So, but in this class, State Representative Eric Bell from Clayton County is in this class with me. He's a young guy, and we were sitting around that evening in the courtyard at the hotel, and he said he was a champion behind this AJ's Law bill that passed. And he said, man, what we're trying to do, I would like to hook you up with my lady that handles epilepsy, and we're trying to have this training in every county in the state. And he said, would you be willing to? I said, man, absolutely, because that's something near and dear to my heart because of Kelly and I had a child that went through it, and it's just amazing. So he hooked me up with Mia Boykins, who handles this, and we put together a program with Dina helped us with the chamber in the school, Coastal Pines, and we're going to have a free training session on how to deal with epilepsy. And I mean, like I say, it's free, and they're going to give you a lunch, and they just ask you, they want you to sign up so they know how many lunches, and man, I think honestly everybody should. I mean, an employer should send his employees. A school system should send their people. A police department, sheriff's department have bought in. They're going to have some people there. I mean, if somebody, Bob, if you fell out right now with a seizure, I wouldn't know what to do. Call 911 and wait. All right. So I just think it's a great opportunity, and Stephen Meeks is going to be there because it is. I mean, they passed the law, that AJ's Law. The AJ kid is supposed to be there to speak. And
how old is he now? It says here at 14. He says, when I was diagnosed with epilepsy, I had no idea one day I would be able to use those life experiences to impact the next generation of students. AJ's Law makes sure that the kids and families with epilepsy disorders do not have to wonder who will have their back. With education, we can beat the fear and stigma together. So again, this happened to him at 14. Do you know how old he is now?
I don't. I will find that out though, but I don't.
He's the guest speaker, AJ Taylor, right?
Yes, sir.
And Governor Kemp named AJ's Law after AJ. So again, that's how this got started, and that's what's going to take place on June 20th at Coastal Pines Technical College.
Coastal Pines, 10 to 2.
And everyone's invited.
Everyone is invited. Yes, sir. Absolutely, everyone. I mean, this might be. I mean, it doesn't draw a lot of attention, but this is probably one of the most important things that I've been a part of yet. I mean, this is very, very near and dear to me.
So again, we'll continue to promote. It's going to take place on Thursday. Do they need to sign up early, or do you need to know? I mean, is there a number to call to register?
There is. I have that information right here. Register. it's got a website, and I have this posted on the City of Scriven Facebook page, so you can get to that website. But it is epilepsyga.org/Wayne County. So if anybody, wants to reach out to me, I can help them get signed up, or our office at 579-2211. We'd love to see everybody there. I mean, that we can.
And Scriven's got their big celebration coming up, Independence Day celebration. We're promoting the 5K run and 1 mile walk. How's the registration going for that? Pretty good?
It's going pretty good. We figured not to have a lot of pre-register, but we got a decent number. A lot of people in these runs like to register that morning. They come up and register. We just ask for you register early, so we guarantee you a T-shirt. But that 1 mile stroll is a color stroll, color run. We'll be throwing that. If anybody's familiar with color runs, they'll be throwing that color on you, and I mean it's a good time.
Throwing what on you?
Color powder. It's a powder. And you get you'd be tie-dyed looking, man, when you get
you
done.
You look like a tie-dyed person
these people
walking down the road with all this color powder thrown in.
Groups come and they dress up.
You need to wear a mask?
No, you ain't wearing a mask. A mask for girls. And or sissies, we want whatever. But you can.
Come on!
Yeah.
Now you got to be PC these days.
That's PC, baby.
Is that PC?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I checked with the police commissioner before I said that.
Oh, okay.
But you know who the police commissioner is, don't you?
Who's that?
Well, it used to be David Earl, now it's Ralph, and in Scriven it's me. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So you checked with yourself?
Yeah, I
And
checked
you
with
said it
myself.
was fine?
It was all right.
Did you have a good conversation with yourself?
Well, a lot of times I do.
You do?
Sometimes I don't, though, but sometimes self gets self in trouble, and self has to figure out how to get self out of trouble.
Okay.
Like last night, I woke my wife up because she asked me to bring her some drinks home.
Uh-huh.
Well, you don't understand. Drinks are very, very important at our house. Cherry Coke Zeros only. 20-ounce bottle only. Nothing else in the world.
All right.
Will you bring me 2 home after the council meeting? Absolutely. Go to Friendly. Guess what?
What?
Don't have them.
Out.
Yep, out. Start calling her. No answer. Like, what in the world? Go to the house. She's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, baby. Do you want me to go to Patterson now? I don't want you to wake me up. That's what I don't want.
You can't win.
How do you win?
You can't.
Open the refrigerator, guess what?
6-pack
of them sitting in the refrigerator. The life of Jason Weaver. But
you can't win, Jason. You know that.
I know.
You can't win.
I know. Hey, you just got to keep trying, Butch.
You try. But
you do right and
never
keep
will.
trying.
Yes.
You do right, you won't do wrong. But this run, we're trying to bring it back. It's going to be it's going to be fun. The 5K is not a color run. It's a traditional 5K run, and the 1 mile will be we call it a stroll because you can walk if you want, you can run if you want.
Where does it start at? Where people
Grace
show
Community
up?
Center.
Grace Community Center.
Yes,
okay.
sir. By the ball field.
So that's where
Starts and ends there.
That's where the registration begins
That's
at
where-
7 and
Yes, sir.
starts at 8. So both the 1 mile and the 5K race will begin there at the park.
Yes, sir.
I got you.
Okay.
And then we'll transition from that. At 10 o'clock will be the grand opening of Dollar General Market, the first market that they've built. True market.
True market. So
Yep.
what will they have in this Dollar General there that's opening up in Scriven?
The difference is it's already open now. So just FYI, everybody that could come over and take a visit to Scriven and bring us that 1 cent sales tax. We'd love to have it so we can keep our taxes low in Scriven.
Okay.
But it's the difference is I asked the Dollar General company, and they told me that fresh meat makes the difference between it being a market and it being a Dollar General like you see at Empire.
So what does they have fresh meat?
Fresh meat, fresh produce, a whole entire wall of a cooler section, and man, it's nice. I'm telling you, it's nice. It's like going to Walmart in Scriven.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a huge parking lot, so we can hold everybody that wants to come.
Right there in the heart of Scriven.
Right in the heart, right where the Dr. Hargret house was.
Okay.
They've beautified that property. But that'll take place at 10 o'clock, and we're expecting Stephen will be there, Stephen Meeks. We're expecting Buddy Carter to be there, and some representation from Governor Kemp's office, and the VP of Dollar General is supposed to be flying in, coming from Nashville.
Okay.
So should be a good should be a good busy day for them, being it's the festival day.
The festival day on June
29th.
29th.
Saturday.
That's Saturday.
That's after the race.
That's right after the race, yes, sir. And then the festival will begin at 3. Booths will start setting up at 12. But Friday night, before that, we'll do our annual Second Chance Band concert at the fire station, which has turned into a phenomenal event. I was told last night that it's one of the best events that they do. I mean, we have a great crowd. And this year, they're going to do they've got some trophies, they told me last night. They're going to do a shag contest and some other dancing contest. So, Bino, you might come home with a trophy because I know you get with it. I seen you.
Not me, him.
Him. Yeah. Well, but why not, you know? But the fire department will be on hand selling their hamburgers and hot dogs like normal, which is their fundraiser. And we appreciate everything that everybody does for the community. And this is kind of just our give back the night before it kicks off our Independence Day celebration. And it's always just a great time.
Yeah, always come hungry because, like I said, they provide that food there. And like I said, it's a fundraiser for the department. So a lot of people enjoy the food and
they enjoy that concert because they can back them trucks up and sit on the tailgates, and man, it's just phenomenal.
It's been a good it's been there the last several years. So, like I said, good to see the Second Chance Band back. So that's the Friday night before the Saturday festivities.
And what time's the concert begin?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
8 to 10, and they usually go a little longer because they're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturday in the afternoon and all that, before the fireworks, what all you have food trucks and things like that. So
there's over 35. Yeah, there's over 35 vendors already signed up, from food to hats to crafts to makeup to candles to flowers to just like a normal festival. I mean, it's.
And that'll lead up to the fireworks at dark.
Dark 30.
So how's the fire? Everything's set and ready to go for the fireworks?
Set and ready. The trailers are here. The cannons are here. The actual bombs will come in that morning. We'll rope off that whole ball field area like normal, and they'll shoot those fireworks at dark 30, which usually squares out to. I usually get a message from Chaz that says we're gonna fire on cell phone time at 9:30. So
yeah, it's usually about 9:30 because it's toward the west, and you got sunset at a certain time. 25 minutes later is last light, and still it's not completely dark if you're looking west, and so you have to wait till about 9:30.
And we greatly appreciate everybody that has helped sponsor this firework. We were here, we had a lot of stuff going on with these fireworks, and some people up their sponsorships, and man, it's been phenomenal. The hospital, they've been with us for 15, 17 years, and Board of Tourism. And Rayonier, I'm sure I'll leave somebody out. So but all these people, Republic, they every year they buy in because they know that this is the heart of our community.
It's one of the best fireworks show around.
I tell them all over the state.
Right.
It's the number one show in the state, in my opinion.
I agree. And there's a lot of people that moved into this area that may not be familiar, and they want to go. Where's the best place to park? That's what people ask all the time. If you want to come in and see the fireworks show, you're not familiar with Scriven, what's the best?
Down the railroad tracks. From what I've been, the whole city's packed with people. So, but people start parking down the railroad tracks, which is pretty neat. They pull up to the track and just sit on their tailgates because you can see it from our cemetery off of Odom Scriven Road. A lot of people go to our cemetery, and I guess they're visiting while they're. Watching.
They
watch it with Granny. That's pretty cool.
That's right.
And then all around the festival area. You can you can park on the side streets that aren't closed off, and just and people that don't want you parking in their yard, they're familiar and they rope their yards, and you can. And there's some lots that we have that are privately owned that allow people to park.
Any parking at the school area?
Yes, you can park inside the school area if you come in from School Street by the church. You won't be able to go down Bill Royal and come in the backside.
Just come in the regular way there.
Yeah, you'll be able to park in the circle all the way around. But they line those railroad tracks. I usually jump on a golf cart right before the fireworks just to ride to look, try to get an estimate of people. And man, there's people everywhere. And I love it. I love it, man. I love it.
Okay. Somebody wants to know what time does the runs begin on that Saturday morning?
Sign-ups at 7. The runs begin at 8.
Does the walk begin and then the run, or what?
It's going to kind of coincide together. The run will take off first, just to give them a few moments to get out of the colorway, and then
Then right after that, the stroll.
That's right.
So 8 o'clock.
Yep.
The person who just texted in, 8 o'clock Saturday morning, the 29th.
9th of June.
And again, if they want a T-shirt, they probably need to sign up early, right? So
Yeah,
make
for
sure you
guaranteed
call
T-shirts, sign up
City
early.
Hall,
Yep.
579-2211. I think we've been reading the deadline is June 7th. Are you
Yes.
going to extend that, or is that still the deadline?
I'm getting with Scott today on the shirts. He called me yesterday and said, "What you want to do on the shirt?" I said, "Man, I don't know." And so he said, "All right, we got to do it." So I got to do it today. And so usually take Scott. They're pretty good, except for they can usually do it in a week. If you get signed up, I know we got a deadline on it, but hey, like most people, even myself, I usually call 2 days after a deadline and say, "Hey, can I?"
I understand.
So.
All right. But just want to stress that if you want the T-shirt guaranteed, sign up in advance.
Yes, please. But it's gonna be a good time, man. I'm excited. I'm ready. There's a lot going on that night. Mossy Pond's got Will Mosley over there that night, and 8 miles away. But yeah, really.
The night of the fireworks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have no comment on that, but they did it, and I love Brad and them. So, and they just the time that they had to get him, but you have to buy a pretty good ticket for that event.
I imagine.
But yeah, we're gonna have a packed house in the city. And yesterday, let me tell you, I ran into somebody. You'll like this. Y'all will like this. I ran into somebody that said, "Hey, Mayor," he said, "I need to tell you about a shirt that my wife found in Macon, Georgia, and she bought it for me because she just had to. And it had an outline of the state of Georgia on the back, and it had cities, listed up, and Scriven made the map." I'm telling you, son.
Scriven made the map of Georgia.
Number one small town USA. It is gone national wide, Butch. I'm telling you.
Well, good.
I'm proud of our little town. I'm proud of our whole community. We just got to get it together all the way around.
And you're talking about the entire county.
I'm talking about the entire county, yeah.
Okay.
We got to get it
Just got
together.
to do right.
Just got to do right, man. Don't take but a minute. Stop and think before you speak. My granny taught me that, and I used to not. I can tell you, I used to not stop and think before I spoke. But now I try to stop and think before I speak.
Try to do that 10-second rule?
Yes, sir. I've got a little bit of age on me and learned a lot from not stopping before I speak.
Okay.
And like I say, it's okay to do wrong. I tell people all the time. They ask me everywhere, all these places I speak at. If you mess up, it's okay. I promise you this. If I mess up, I'll promise you I will walk right in here and I will sit down and I will tell you I messed up. I apologize. I'm sorry. And guess what? 75% of the people are going to appreciate that more than if I stand out there and stick to the stupidity that I messed up on, knowing that I messed up. It's okay to say I messed up. We're all human. Jesus was the only one that was perfect. And so I don't get it. I don't know why we have an issue saying that's not right. I don't understand. Maybe one day. Maybe when I get to heaven I can ask God why, but I don't know.
Must be human nature.
Well, humans are bad today.
Mayor, we always appreciate you coming in. I said, we say all the time those chairs are for the local politicians come in. We're just trying to get all the information out as possible can. So we appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, we don't do it for us. We do it for our listeners.
Man, and I'm
to inform folks what's going on. We can't get it unless we hear from the first people that are involved.
The people over this epilepsy thing in Atlanta are listening this morning. I mean, y'all know. Y'all got listeners all over the world.
Yep.
I mean, that's why you call it the worldwide.
That's right. Anything else going on, Jason?
Man, I just everybody say a prayer for my family. My brother and sister-in-law and my niece is leaving next week. They're going on a mission. My brother and my niece is going to Peru, and my sister's going to South Africa. So they're going on mission trips next week. And I just say a prayer for them because you never know when you leave country headed that way.
That's right.
And so we're trying to, as a family, just kind of hang out together till they leave. But other than that, man, there ain't a lot going on. I mean, just trying to do right and live by God's word. I mean, that's all you got to do.
Well, you do have a lot going on in Scriven. You got that event coming up. Then, of course, you got the 4th of July activities, which is Independence Day, because it's going to be on the 28th, 29th of June, that Friday night and Saturday. When you have the fireworks, the Friday night will be the Second Chance Band at the fire station, and then all day long functions going on the 29th, that Saturday, and the fireworks that night.
That's right.
They're in Scriven.
Yep.
Our guest this morning, Mayor of Scriven, Jason Weaver. So you said that you're a member of the Young what now again?
Young Game Changers for 2025.
How young do you have to be
45 and under.
45 and under.
Yes,
okay.
Sir. Man, and this has been the best program that I've been a part of yet. I mean, it's phenomenal. Like my wheels are already spinning on how can I get them Jessup to be the host city for them to come, and they'll come in, and it's phenomenal. I'm telling you, there's some people, and they take all these people and then they split them into 4 different groups. So there's like 8 of us in a mini, what we call a mini group, and you have to name your group. Our group's called Blended Lines, and we talk every day, and it has put connections to, like, I have someone from Valdosta University, I have someone from the city of Valdosta, I have that representative from Clayton County, I have someone from Atlanta in it. It's just they have a girl from Carl Vincent Institute that's actually doing our study here in Wayne County. She's in my group. Head guy from Georgia Power. I mean, it's phenomenal. And so you get a lot of connections, and which is what it's all about, really. I mean, to make the connection, because I mean, my wife, my people tell me every day. I mean, Joe Gotti tells me every day, man, you know everybody, and I'm like, everybody knows me. I don't know everybody. Because, I mean, I'm not scared to talk to you. I don't run from...
Well, you're the mayor.
Yeah, I don't run from
nothing. People don't know the mayor of their town, usually.
Yeah, and they usually... It's funny because when I go off somewhere, they say, oh, the mayor. And they're like, mayor? I'm like, dude, it's like we got one restaurant and a red light, okay? It's not, I mean, it's not... I don't have somebody driving me, bro. I mean, it's cool. But, I mean, but hey, you know what? That one red light in that restaurant, to me... We were way more important in Atlanta. I mean, hell, they ain't had no water in Atlanta for how many days? They've had major busted water line. We got water.
They've had some water breaks.
We got water in Scriven, baby. You know what I mean?
That is absolutely amazing. I mean, just not one. How did they all break at the same time? You being a mayor, how does that happen?
Butch, I wonder how all these water lines got put in, because I looked at ours bust like that, and they've been in the ground for, before I was born, I would say. And infrastructure now, just like Long County, Ludowici just done not long ago, $7.5 million to replace their water lines.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I mean, if you don't get that money from the federal government, it ain't happening in a small town like Scriven. I mean, think about Scriven, $7 million to replace the water lines. Where are we going to get $7 million? Our taxes are as low as they can be in probably the state.
You'd have to get it from the federal government, get a grant.
Yeah, right. You have to get a grant.
How did that happen in Atlanta like that? Was so many breaking it? Did they have one, and then they try to restart it, and it broke somewhere else?
That's what happens. The force.
The force?
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll bust it. And vibration, I've seen vibration to it, and a rock under the ground over time will eat its way through, because a lot of those pipes were them old terracotta pipes and stuff like. I mean, now there's a grant out there right now. We got a grant not long ago for lead line discovery to go through and make sure there's no lead lines. If they are, replace them, and so there shouldn't be any lead lines. Atlanta should be way
past that by now. Now, and on some of these pipes, I remember hearing or seeing some folks in town putting like a sleeve inside the current pipes. Now, is that for water? Is that for sewer? So you don't have to, dig up the ground and put new pipe down. You just put some sort of composite sleeve in there. I'm not sure if it's some sort of plastic or what kind of material it's made out of, but it just slides inside the current pipes.
Yeah, you can put that in and clamp it down. Mm-hmm. And what we use in Scriven is one that goes on the outside, a sleeve.
And it's an outside sleeve.
Yeah, we can cut the line and put it over it. It's got a rubber lining, and when you tighten them clamps down, that rubber seals it off, and that'll work on some. Others is has a nut on each end of a fitting, like a coupling, and it has a rubber grommet in each end, and you cut that pipe, put the new piece of pipe, slide it on the old pipe, tighten that side down, slide the new pipe up, tighten that side down, and you've replaced that piece of pipe in there. Now, what happens is, like Scriven, Georgia, you go to cut the water off to do this, and then the water don't get cut off, or the valve don't shut the water off. So 95% of these water leaks in Scriven and probably even Jessup have to be done live. I mean, with them hot, what we call hot. I mean, with the water flow.
With it hot?
Yeah, well, with
you
the water.
You can't just cut the valve off?
Not in some of these old stuff you can't.
That's what amazed me in Atlanta. You know, you just had these, you have hundreds of thousands of gallons of water just going everywhere through all these breaks. I'm thinking, can't they just go up to where the water tank is and just cut the valve off?
Well, you can if you're doing what you're supposed to for 50 years, and that's turn those valves occasionally to keep them from working. But that's something
Sometimes
that gets
they
forgot
don't.
about and
Yeah.
never gets done. And when you turn it, you pop it, and it don't.
There it goes.
Yes, sir.
Then you got a mess.
Yep.
Well, the kids loved it in around the Atlanta
Oh yeah,
area.
my office, our office,
And
my office
all
in
that water
Atlanta.
out there playing in the 90-something degree temperature.
I did an interview for that award for we made it to the finals on an award, and hopefully we'll win it and we'll be able to come announce that. But first thing they said was, Bill said, "Hey Mayor, how you doing?" I said, "I'm good. How are you?" He said, "Well, we got water." So they ain't had water at our office in Atlanta for a few days up there.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's been and you know the college is right in the center of town.
Well, yeah. You got Georgia State there,
Yeah.
and of course, right in downtown Atlanta. So I guess that's to be the one you're talking about.
Yep.
All right. Anything else, Mayor?
Man, just keep living that dream.
All right. We'll look forward to having you back on again.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
All right, Bob. Anything else in your mind this morning?
No, sir.
Nope, that's it. All right, the world famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup has been brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn and Associates.